Hello everybody, I'm Lee, this is Combe Valley Campers, and today we are going to be showing you an update on our Project T3. The last time you saw this van, we had just put in the Rusty Lee rock and roll bed. Well, since that time, and we know it's been a little while, we've done lots of bits and pieces to this, and we've got lots of cars out of the workshop as well. So we're managing and doing lots of projects at once. But I wanted to just update you on this one because it now has an interior, or an interior of sorts. The owner of this van didn't want a camping interior per se. He wanted more of a day van, but the facility to still have a full width rock and roll bed and 3 seat belted seats, and we'll go into that later. But one of the main points, he wanted it to still stay quite light, and he also wanted the upholstery to match the front seat. So we know it's not a perfect match, but it's the closest we could get to the original VW T3 Caravelle seats. These were upholstered by our good friend next door, David Powell, at David Powell Upholstery, and he works on lots of our projects as well. And yeah, he's done this wonderful job of doing this slightly quilted effect on the rear rock and roll bed, the rear cushion, and these 2 buddy boxes. And this was one of the criteria that the customer asked for in this instance. So the buddy boxes are going to double up as boxes outside that he can utilize. So the cushions are going to be fitted with poppers down this one side, and they'll be fitted with poppers on the lids. And that's a nice thick 18mm birch ply. And then the lids are able to lift off, which will store in one side his gas hob. These have been made to fit his pretty large, actually, gas hob. So when he's outside camping, or he's just rocked up on the beach, he can have his buddy box outside. He can put his stove on, or get his stove out of the box, put his stove on the top, and then just utilize it as he sees fit. So both of these are removable. There's 1 and 2. The other one's going to be storing gas just in a sealed container, and then we'll section it off so he can keep some other camping bits and pieces in there as well. So that is the first part to this. Now obviously in a van such as this, with no real camping interior, you're not going to get a lot of storage. So obviously we've seen the 2 body boxes, 1 there and 1 just in the corner. The other area of storage is going to be underneath the bed. In this particular vehicle, this is where the leisure battery is going to be stored, and the electrical panel for this van in particular is going to be on the sidewall, so it's accessible when the bed is in the seating position and in the bed position as well. And then we're going to segregate those areas off into different compartments, but the battery one itself will be self-contained, and it'll have a drop vent in the floor, so in case of the battery gases overspill, they will vent directly to the floor. We'll also be fitting a set of speakers in this front panel, and I just wanted to highlight this panel. Although it doesn't seem very exciting, this panel in particular we are going to be reproducing on a CNC machine, and this actual piece will fit with the rock and roll bed, and this will be available on our website actually. So we can make sure it can be one solid piece of 18mm ply, or we can make sure that it has things like speaker holes in it as well. So we can maybe put a 6x9 set 6x9 holes in it, or some 6.5 coaxial speaker holes in it, whatever you want really. We will be tailor making this piece to suit you. And that's it for the front. Oh, sorry, for the main living area. We're still yet to do the headliner cards for it, but we will be making those again, and then we will be reproducing them in birch ply, in a 3.6 marine grade birch ply, and again we'll be selling them on our website as and when we've finished the sort of prototyping. But this is going to be the test bed for all of those. And again, all the long side panels and the door cards, in fact, some of which I'll show you later, But all of the door cards of this vehicle are going to be recreated via CNC, and again, all available on our website very shortly. But the piece de resistance and an item that we've spent a bit of time designing and producing is in the back. So let me take you around there. Whilst we're in the main compartment of the van, then I said storage is going to be a bit of an issue for this guy, mainly because he's only got 2 buddy boxes and the storage underneath the bed, and under the bed's obviously going to have battery and speakers as well. So what we've done is designed a platform which not only meets up with the Rusty Lee bed, but it creates a bit of extra storage as well. So let's have a look at it. So the first thing we're going to have to do is remove this cushion, because it's just a loose item anyway. And if you're camping, it's nice that you can potentially just pull this out, lay it on the floor, and you've got somewhere to sit or lay on as well. So if I move this, you can see this nice new platform. This one in particular, we have done and designed by hand, but we've since taken this one, we've designed it up in CAD, and I will be showing you later our kit form of this bed platform, and we're really, really excited about it. But first things first, it comes with 2 sprung hinges, which means you can, well, in conversions of the past, we've seen these where you have to, say, lift off a lid and put it to one side, and it's really, really awkward. But now we've got one with a nice spring lid on it. All right, so you can still get to your engine bay nice and easily. And it's still got a really nice storage compartment, which actually goes quite far back. So say you've got some breakdown kit and equipment, you can actually leave it all right at the back without actually having to move things out of the way whilst you lift your engine lid. And what I planned for this area, maybe you've got a fold out table, you can just put that in there, or maybe some of the camping chairs, you can just lay that in this area. And then for such things like, I don't know, maybe oil or some, not breakdown gear, but maintenance gear, or even some of the ramps that you will drive up onto to level your vehicle, you can actually leave under these 2 nice little side compartments. And we're very, very happy with this, mainly because it all slots in one piece. Again, we've had it CNC'd, and it's going to be in a kit form that's going to be available to you. And it just adds to the area. It's really, really nice and strong. Made out of 18mm ply. There you go. If I get this the right way around first. There you go, there's one. And there's 2. And if I show you around the front, the bed will slot right down onto it. There we go. It's quite a loud bang, but I wasn't being very graceful with that. So you've then got your cushion on, and you have your nice 6-foot bed in one swift movement. And there we go, really. That's kind of the update for it. I know it doesn't look particularly finished as yet, but we're using this, as I say, as a bit of a test bed for all of the new products we want to bring to you guys who have also got T3s or T25s. But before we go, let me show you this in our kit form. So as a bit of an exclusive then, this is totally pre-production, showing it just for you. We have got all of these items now CNC'd and laid out ready for us to develop this kit for you as basically as a DIY build kit. We will have this for sale on our website, like I say, as with the kickboard for the bottom of the Rusty Lee bed, and it will work with the Rusty Lee bed. I've seen different iterations of these made before, but none that are really commercially available. We really, really look forward to making a video on this to show you A, how it works, and B, how to put it together. But we're trying to source at the moment the right screws that will work nicely and will be aesthetically pleasing, the right adhesive, because we want you to glue and screw the kit, and the exact right position for the hinges so you don't get any problems and you get years of use and enjoyment out of this new product. One of the last things I want to cover with you today on this van is our new door cards. Now, we have worked with a local CNC specialist to create these beautiful, very high quality, marine grade birch ply door cards for your T3, T25. There's been a lot of development gone into these, mainly because your 30 plus year old door cards for your van probably look something like this now. They may have had water damaged or warped, or maybe your linings coming away, or you just wanted something new. In this particular case, on this van, we are going to be very carefully removing this vinyl covering. This is a standard VW vinyl covering. We're going to be removing it from the original rotten hardboard door cards, and we're going to be fitting it onto this new 3.6mm ply. What we've had to do, if you take a look at these holes for the clips, on an original standard van you wouldn't have had a little recessed hole, but what we've done, we've kept true to the originals, and we've actually sourced some replacement door pins that are exactly the same as the T3 door pins, the original ones, but because we're using a slightly thicker material, and so when you cover these cards you won't actually see any of the door pins, we've recessed a very narrow margin into that door card there, so yeah, your door pin will stay flush, and they're exact replicas of your standard door card. And what we can do for you, again, these will be available in our shop, but what we can do for you, we can actually have a speaker cut out for you. So most standard VWs don't have a speaker pod, but the later vans, like the 90s vans, they actually have a speaker hole up here, and we can recreate that for you. Or if you've got a van that has a speaker hole down at the bottom, again, we can cut a hole in there for you, and then it will just come to you with whatever specification you require. These can be varnished, they can be painted, they can be carpeted, or they can be recovered in the standard VW vinyl, and that's what we're going to do with this one. Just for the front door cards. For the rear door cards, such as the slider and the tailgate door, so these two doors, they're actually going to be carpeted to match the rest of the vehicle. And again, having the flush door pins in there will ensure that you don't have well, it's an uninterrupted finish. So they'll look really, really good. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take you over to the van. I'm going to fit one and just show you how good a fit it is and how easy they are to fit. So I've got this all pretty much set up for you. We've already put all the pins in place, and we will actually be putting a speaker hole in this one. We'll be using the original door card as a template, but very simply, he says very simply, there you go, that tube is in the way slightly. And there we go, no messing. Really, really good door cards. Now, I've seen replica door cards in the past and they aren't very good. But the fact that your door pins are now flush, that fitted together in seconds, and you can still see all of these recesses are absolutely perfect for your van. There we have it today then. We've got you an update on the T3. You guys were asking for it, and here we are. It's got its interior now, or for the most part. There's bits we've got to finish. We've got to finish a complete new stereo system. We'll go through that with you. We've got to do the leisure wiring, the carpeting, finish off the door cards. Again, we're having some new door cards being made for this one in particular, and we're going to design and make the headliner as well, or there's going to be something special with the lighting as well. So yeah, bit of a test bed for some of our bits and pieces. We've got a very understanding owner of this van, and he's going to end up with something really, really special. Oh, and a really good carpet kit. If you remember back to one of our previous videos, we did a T5 carpeting kit. That was from Heritage Parts. We've got a very, very similar kit for the T3 diesel version, the one with the big center console. So we'll be going through with that. Before we go, I just want to remind you that if you are a subscriber to our newsletter, you now get a 10% discount on our clothing range and our merchandise. If you are a Patreon supporter, you also get a 10% discount. If you are a higher level Patreon supporter, you get up to 20% on our merchandise as well. So, and we've got more stuff coming out at the time. We're having new hat designs, new t-shirt designs, new hoodie designs, and we're actually bringing out our own set of masks as well, and we've got some really special ones of those too. So keep an eye on the merchandise page. The last thing we've got to do is just mention 2 of our Patreon supporters who have been super in supporting us recently, and they are, I've got my little note here. First one is Joe Gordon. Thank you very much for your support. And also William Bill Ogbally. I hope I've said that right. Again, you guys, thank you so much for your support. Any questions you have, don't forget to put it down in the description below, or head over to Patreon to be a supporter of Combe Valley Campers. Don't forget subscribe or like the video, always helps us climb up the old ranks of the algorithm when it comes to these videos. But generally, thanks again for joining us. Have a great day. We'll see you soon. Catch you later.